Hello, welcome to There's Another Way TV. Today I'm going to be talking about Manifestation 101, teaching you some of the basics to bring awesome things into your life. But first I'm going to go back to the previous post I wrote about science, where I reported to you that quantum and metaphysics have discovered that we actually do create our realities using our observation. And in this post, I'll describe to you what our observation is and why it makes a difference when it comes to how we shape the world around us and manifest our realities. So, what is observation? Well, we have eyes, nose, mouth, skin, ears, but without our consciousness, there is no receiving observer to translate and choose how we perceive the sensory input that we're encountering in this world. The observer within us is our consciousness. And scientists admit to its existence, but they're having a hard problem figuring out where it comes from and where in the body exactly it sits. Philosophers seem to have a more definitive perspective on the subject, but yeah, no one has actual proof. Regardless of where it comes from and where it sits in the body, without consciousness, our eyes may view aspects of the world and life, but they won't recognize what they see as beautiful or ugly. They're just things being observed. Our mouths can chew food, but without that awareness, there's no receiving faculty to say, "Ooh, this is delicious," or "Ugh, that's so gross." Our ears would allow sound waves into the canals, but without consciousness, we wouldn't translate music as joyful or uplifting or something as like a really shit noise. Likewise, with our sense of emotions, we could interact with the world around us, but it's our consciousness that recognizes them in a way that elicits and allows us to feel love, for example. So in a sense, our consciousness is the processor part of the hardware that is our human beings, and our bodies with the sensory faculties are the intake channels. So yeah, from there we decide if we like what we experience or not, so we can learn and adjust accordingly for whatever reason. But back to science for a brief moment. I'm going to be reading this part here. Quantum physics studies matter and energy on an atomic and subatomic level. Scientists have concluded that not only do atoms not have a physical structure, but at a base level, atoms are just tiny energetic vortices that are vibrating and spinning at unique frequencies and densities and are connected to everything else in life. But also there's only the act of observation that affects them. In context of creating our reality, with wave-particle duality, elementary physical entities such as electrons, protons, neutrons, atoms, and molecules exist in a state which evolves like waves when it's not observed and like particles when observed. So when an observation is made, the wave-like states jump abruptly and unpredictably in a quantum jump. This means that only when consciousness is directed at the entities is there a change in the state of being. In the same way with life, where attention goes, energy flows. What we give our attention to is where the creative energy goes. And this next part is important. This means what we focus on is where the creation energy goes. More importantly, this means we need to focus on what we want, not on what we don't want. We need to think about what we want and not what we don't want. Do you ever wonder why people who live in fear always have things happen to them that make them right about needing to be scared all the time? This brings me to my next 2 points about the creation process. Like attracts like, and our emotions are crucial elements in the manifestation process. Emotion or emotion is energy in motion. And since like attracts like, living in a space of fear is going to attract more things to be scared of. Just like happy people seem to have all the luck. It's a thing. So if you want to shift your life to a better space, you need to pay more attention to your thoughts. There's a reason people tell other people to think positively. Not only is it not enjoyable listening to someone being negative all the time, it's a little bit draining, but thoughts actually become things. So think about it. everything that ever was, is, and will be started off as a thought in someone's brain first. From there, they held a vision in their mind's eye about what it would actually be like to experience the thing, which in turn solicited an emotional response inside the human, who then moved towards their inspired thought with some action, yet more energy. That's the basis of manifestation, with a few fine-tuning tools here and there. But this is the core method for manifesting anything in life, except relationships. Relationships are a whole different ballgame. Also using energy, but masculine and feminine energy. So I'm just going to go through this process. I'm going to do posts in future which break down the different kinds of energy available for manifestation, and how you can use them. But for now, this is the recipe for success. First, you need to hold conscious thoughts on what you want in life. Okay? Then you need to visualize what you want in your mind's eye, like actually hold a picture of it in your mind's eye, because it solicits an emotional frequency output. Like attracts like. Emotions are like magnets. What we feel is what we pull in. From there, you need to take action towards what you want, and then have absolute faith that it's already yours. You have to behave in a way of it being a done deal. You have to know without a shadow of a doubt that it's on its way and it's already yours. Present tense, not future. Okay? Present tense is important. But here's the fine print. To bring it in, you need to let go of any attachment to whether you get it or not. Seems counterintuitive, I know, but you can't want it too much. The emotional frequency output from wanting it too much becomes desperation, and desperation has a very slow vibrational frequency, and that's just going to attract more desperation. Like attracts like. See the importance of it? And then you need to be open to receiving it. But finally, you don't need to worry about how you're going to get it, just that you're going to get it. So let go and let creativity do its thing and bring it to you. You need to align with it. Regarding the timeline of how long it takes to bring it in, there's no guarantee that I can provide for how long something's going to take to manifest into reality. But rest assured, if you follow the steps I gave you, it will come sooner or later. We always get what we want. But anyway, let me know if you need assistance creating and maintaining positive thoughts. I have very simple and effective tools for daily use, so positivity actually becomes your default. I once manifested a pair of sunglasses in 5 minutes. I was driving home from work with my boss at the time in the car, and the sun was shining like head on. I put the visor down, I was like, I need new sunglasses, and then forgot about it. Drove my boss to her house, and then drove around the corner to my apartment where it was. Walked up the steps, through the door to my bedroom, and there were sunglasses sitting on my bed. And I was like, where's this from? To the guy who was my flatmate at the time. And he was like, no, well, I was just cleaning my car out, and these European kiteboarders had left them in the car, and I couldn't get hold of them to see if they wanted them. So I thought I'd see if you want them before I throw them away. I was like, yes, please. Thanks, life. And they weren't just like cheapy shit. It was like Porsche sunglasses. Like, I manifest the best shit. But stuff like that happens to me all the time. And more importantly, like, it happens to me all the time because I believe it happens to me all the time. But if you'd like to research more on manifestation, you can Google Law of Attraction or go to YouTube and watch The Secret. Those are both really good starting points. But so thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. You can email me on there'sanotherwaytv@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, follow, tag, and share. You know what to do. See you next time.